great episode of Reese's Roundup, man. Hey, roll the intro. Welcome everyone to another episode of Reese's Roundup. I am your host, the Lightning Kid himself, and today, you already know what we're going to discuss, so let's get right into it, because this was a fantastic game to watch. I can't even hate on it, and I hate the Patriots with a passion, but them boys came to play. Both teams, both sides, and it was just such a great game to watch. And it wasn't one-sided. It was straight up smash mouth, offensively high-powered offense football, and it was great. It was great if you're just a fan of the game, and you can't hate on it. So let's get right into this discussion, into this recap, because in the first quarter, Ish goes down already. See, I was worried about Nick Foles, but on his opening drive, he was balling out. He only had 3 incompletions on his opening drive. But, you know, the Pats are so good at red zone defense, and they are so good at holding teams to 0 points or not scoring at all on their opponent's opening drive. So it was obvious that either the Eagles weren't going to score or they were only going to get 3 points, which they did, but it helped because every point matters when you're playing against the Patriots. They were also able to waste some time. I mean, they killed 7 minutes off the clock on their opening drive, which is a good thing when you're playing against Tom Brady. You never want to give him the ball back with any time left on the clock. Everybody knows that. And when the Pats got the ball back on their opening drive, they were just killing it. They were doing no huddles. They were, it was working. They only managed to get 3 points out of it, but I mean, they were just torching that Eagles defense with their no huddles, making different moves, giving it. Brady was targeting different receivers, and he was just finding holes in the Eagles defense that was really working. But then again, they only managed to get 3 points out of it, so it helped Philadelphia. Brady only had 2 incompletions, but I mean, still, he was still torching the Eagles defense on that drive. So going back to the Eagles, LeGarrette Blount, he had a huge run on that play. The running game wasn't really working all that much, but at that point, Blount got a big carry that led to Alshon Jeffrey getting a fantastic touchdown catch. They ended up missing the extra point, and I said on Twitter that extra point was going to be the reason, was going to be a game changer for whatever reason. It didn't hold true. I'm glad it didn't, but I knew something about that extra point was going to matter in the long run. But we'll get there, because once the Patriots got the ball back in the second quarter, they ended up missing their field goal, which definitely helped the Eagles. They didn't end up capitalizing on it, but you know, anytime the Patriots don't score is a good day. You have to absolutely capitalize when the Patriots don't score, and that's where the Eagles choked on that play. It was about the only punt of the game, to be honest, because that's when the Eagles punted, and that was pretty much the only time they ever punted the football, if I remember correctly. But after that, though, after the Patriots missed the field goal and the Eagles don't capitalize, the Eagles end up getting the ball back, and LeGarrette Blount scores after Alshon Jeffrey had a huge catch that put them in position for Blount to score. They ended up missing the 2-point conversion. That was a head scratcher too. They really shouldn't. They had no reason to go for 2 on that play. At that point, it was 15 to 3, I think. So they, I don't know. I just really didn't see any necessity for them going for 2 there. So I mean, it is what it is, because afterwards, a big play for Rex Burkhead by Tom Brady that led them down the field. He had a 47-yard run. They ended up making a field goal out of it, which brought the lead 15-6 for the Eagles, and that's where, you know, things are starting to click for the Patriots a little bit. But I mean, still, because the Eagles, it felt like once one team was like scoring and something was working, the other team bounced right back with something else. Because G.O.A.T had a big run once the Eagles got the ball back. Foles ended up throwing an interception after Alshon Jeffrey bobbled it, which he had no reason to like. He should have just tried to knock the ball down, because he didn't have any position to get the football. So I don't see why he decided to try to make that catch. But I mean, the Patriots ended up getting an interception out of it. Fun fact, that was Nick Foles' only interception throughout the entire playoffs. He was balling out the whole playoffs, so you can't really fault him for that one. That was more on Jeffrey than it was on Foles throwing the interception. So we're gonna give Foles the benefit of the doubt there. But Brady ended up throwing a huge deep ball to Chris Hogan that led them to score by James White. They ended up missing the extra point, but the lead is now 15-12 Philadelphia. The big play to I don't know his first name, but Clement, the running back by Philadelphia, that helped because he almost scored, and it was like a third down and like long to go, and Nick Foles ended up getting that dump pass off to him. He broke out for a long run, so that helped. And then the play that everybody will talk about for years. That trick play, I think it was on a 4th down too. That trick play where Nick Foles tricked everybody and ended up catching that touchdown pass. It was just an amazing play. I didn't think it was gonna. I don't know why they ran that play on 4th down. I was questioning that 4th down decision. I thought it was going to hurt them, but that was just a fantastic play. Nobody saw that coming, and I got to give props to the Eagles offense, offensive coordinator, whoever calls the offense, whoever made that play. I got to give props for them for that one. So that happened. It's 22-12 now. Going into the second half, you know you have to keep putting your foot on the gas because the Patriots are a second half team. Gronk, he comes out firing. He didn't have he had like 1 catch in the first half. 4 straight catches to start the third quarter. He ends up scoring a touchdown after an amazing diving catch, and now it's 22-19. It's come down to a 3-point game, but the Eagles take the ball back and they score. Foles throws a touchdown pass to Clement. It is now, which by the way was a questionable call. They said the ball moved, it bobbled. I don't know. Nobody really knows what's a catch anymore. You can't really let the game come down to the refs. He just had to have, I don't know. When he caught the ball, his left foot was down, and then his right foot was down, and then it like bobbled a little bit, I guess. But I could see why people would think it's not a catch, but I don't know. He still had firm control of it. I don't know, man. I just think it was a catch to me. I can see why people say it's not a catch, but you just got to defend the ball better if you don't want it to be a catch at all. Don't let the receiver possess the football. I mean, that's defense 101, you know. So the Eagles take back a 10-point lead. Brady starts torching the Eagles defense once again, but what else is new, right? He throws a touchdown pass to Hogan. It's now 29-26. Brady's already thrown for 400 yards at this point. It's crazy. At this point in the Super Bowl, it's only the 3rd quarter, and they've already broken the Super Bowl record for most total yards in Super Bowl history, which was like over 900 at that time. So that was crazy. And then going into the 4th quarter, the Eagles make a field. The Eagles only end up getting a field goal out of it. It's 32-26 now. Then the Patriots get the ball back. Danny Amendola starting to catch fire. He gets 3 catches on that drive. Tom Brady ends up throwing a touchdown pass to Gronkowski. That's the Patriots' first lead. I'm starting to get worried because, you know, 4th quarter, that's Brady time. Everybody knows that. So it's like once Brady scores once in the 4th quarter, he ain't stopping. Thankfully, he stopped because, oh man, that was, damn. I was so glad for the Eagles because at that point, Gilmore was getting shut down. I mean, Gilmore was shutting down Alshon Jeffrey since, you know, Alshon was having a big game. They switched Gilmore over to him. He starts getting shut down. So now it's up to Nelson Aguilar, who is having a great game himself. He starts getting hot. Zach Ertz ends up getting a touchdown catch, which was also controversial because they're saying that he... Sorry about that, guys. My camera died on me, but we're back in business because, like I was saying, Zach Ertz, he had a controversial touchdown catch. I mean, he made a football move. I can understand why they wanted to overturn the other one, but this one was obvious. He ran like 3 yards, dove out. I don't see why they needed to take so much time to review that, but that was a catch. That was definitely a catch. But they ended up missing the 2-point conversion on that one, so now it's 38-33. New England gets the ball back. Once again, you know, it's fourth quarter, Brady time, so my hands are sweating, and I'm a Cardinals fan. I'm like, no, please don't let Brady throw another touchdown pass. And the Eagles defense comes through. They end up giving New England their first turnover with a sack and a fumble, and it just helped because Brady was destroying the Eagles defense all game, and when it mattered, they came through. And what does everybody say, guys? Defense wins championships, and that was the turning point of the game. That was the moment that the Eagles needed, and they got it because they ended up, you know, working the clock. They only ended up getting a field goal out of it, but there was only a minute left, and the Patriots had no timeouts left. It's now 41-33. And then, what the hell were they thinking when they tried that kickoff, that trick play kickoff? I mean, they lost about 10 yards. They lost about 10 seconds. I don't know what the Patriots were thinking on that play. They lost yards for Brady. And it was still close because at the end of the game, he still chucked a 49-yard Hail Mary, which Aaron Rodgers would have completed, by the way. So thank God that it was the Patriots and not the Packers. But, I mean, the Eagles obviously can't play the Packers in the Super Bowl. Anyway, so it was still close. That was a great game to watch. Man, oh man. So now Brady is 0-3 against the NFC East. So anytime the Patriots go to the Super Bowl, we now know who to bring them up against. Either anybody in the NFC East. But either way, man, this was just such a great game. I enjoyed every single second of it. The halftime show was trash. I don't know. That's about all I can say. That was the only bad thing about the game. But other than that, you really can't hate on it. You know, if you're a Patriots fan, you just gotta tip your cap to the Eagles. And if you're an Eagles fan, you gotta give Nick Foles a contract extension because that man is an absolute god. I don't know if that was actually Eli Manning playing that game, but whatever they did worked. And my God, he balled out, man. Even though Brady had the better game because he threw for like 500 yards, Nick Foles, you got to tip your cap to him because he just came in there as a backup and just absolutely outplayed the New England Patriots. And you can't hate on that. That was such a great game to watch. Let me know what you guys think about that game. Are you happy the Eagles won? Are you mad the Patriots lost? I know how I feel. You know, the Cardinals are going to have a great season next season, so Eagles fans enjoy it because the Cardinals are going to win the Super Bowl next year. You heard it here first on Reese's Roundup. I'm calling it now. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys want to see for the next episode. I'm out. What a great game. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.